Good morning, everyone. I have a few introductions. I'm John Kelly, the president of Florida Atlantic University, and we have quite a set of distinguished guests with us today. I could probably just about introduce everybody in the audience, but I wanted to hit a few key people. Anthony Barber, the chair, if you could let them stand and then we'll applaud at all the end. Anthony Barber is the chair of our board of trustees, and I'll say, Anthony, to this audience, this wouldn't be possible today without the devotion and leadership you showed all along the way in ushering this to home. So thank you very much for all the trips you took and making it possible. Mary Beth McDonald, Bob Stilley, Butch Teskey, Tom Workman, Ron Nyan, all would please stand, other members of the Board of Trustees here at Florida Atlantic University. And then past board member Sherry Plymouth, who had a lot to do with this. This is a long list of people who should be thanked today because if Florida Atlantic University had not had this campus and the other partners hadn't come over time, we wouldn't be here today. Leah Watlington is here, who's the vice provost for this campus. Our provost, Gary Perry, is here. I have to give Gary a lot of credit. Where are you, Gary? Gary really saw the opportunity years ago for what could be here and began putting science here, worked with Rod Murphy and others, and they've hired some very talented young faculty to be on this campus to begin building the science component, recognizing that with Scripps and Max Planck, we have the most unique campus anywhere of any academic institution in the world. And now it's the right of us to fulfill our obligation, and Gary, you started all that, and deeply appreciative. Dawn Johnson is here, who's the Senior Director of Operations at Scripps. Jessica Herbst, the Head of Academic Training Programs at Max Planck Institute here. John Schatzley, Director of Scientific Operations at VGTI, Vaccine Gene Therapy Institute. Dr. Greg Wellmacher, the Director of Drug Discovery and Chief Operating Officer at Torrey Pines Institute for Molecular Studies is here. Doug Calder, Executive Vice President for Development and Communications at VGTI. And he also is here representing VGTI's partner organization, the Karolinska Institute, where the Nobel Prize in Physiology or Medicine is selected each year. Danny Martell is here. He's the President and CEO of Palm Beach County Economic Council. John Corus is here. John had a great, where are you, John? Stan. John had a great announcement last Friday that I got to come up to. Bob and I came. And John was able to announce that Jupiter Medical Center, John's the CEO of Jupiter Medical Center, was partnering with Mount Sinai Heart to really bring the very best in medical care to the community. And John, you will be a great partner on this campus as well. Ken Pruitt is here, who is the former president of the Senate. Ken, thank you for coming and supporting these causes, as you always have. Elizabeth Arevalo, let me get my name out. Vice President for Marketing and Media Relations at the BDB, Business Development Board of Palm Beach County is here. And last but certainly not least, we have students on this campus, and our students are here, and we have many faculty on the campus, and they're here as well. I'll start by saying, can we give everybody that came, all these people, a good round of applause? I've been on the job now for about a year. Actually, I think March 1 was my actual start date last year. And you'd be foolish, no matter where you were, to look at a campus like this and not recognize the full potential. And the full potential is that you have two of the world's greatest science brands physically located together with a research university on a 130-acre parcel of land in one of the most beautiful areas in the world. And so if you could pick partners, you wouldn't find better partners. The Max Planck Institute has 18 Nobel Prize winners back home. And David Fitzpatrick has become a close friend and colleague in working together on this. Jim Paulson has also been that same kind of colleague, looking at Scripps and recognizing the potential of this site was not being fully realized. But in a partnership, we could all do something that neither of us can do alone. So what we're announcing today is a very strong partnership and a willingness to not just plan together, but to budget to a plan together, to work together carefully and build something that it would be hard for anybody else in the world to accomplish. The intention is of putting a STEM honors college on this campus to go after the very best and the brightest kids anywhere in the world and to keep Florida's best and brightest at home. Those kids that can go anywhere, we want them to be able to stay here. What the opportunity is a young person, and I'll speak to the mothers of America, who would not want this for your child? If your child could come to a place where academically they could be challenged like no other place in the country, where they could also take classes from a faculty member from Max Planck, a faculty member from Scripps, and a faculty member from Florida Atlantic, to be able to do research and expected to do research as an undergraduate honors student, working in the laboratories of FAU, working in the laboratories of Scripps, working in the laboratories of Max Planck, to take the classes from the people who wrote the papers, the scientific papers, not people who read the papers, but the ones that wrote the papers. It's just a chance to do something that nobody can do except those here on this site, and the three of us are here. It doesn't mean that there won't be more partners brought to the table, because I expect that this will be like a magnet. People will be drawn to this location, they'll be drawn to the relationship lines, and particularly if we're smart in the way we manage it, with the three CEOs, the CEO of Scripps, the CEO of Max Planck, and the CEO of FAU, all working together to build the overall campus. Imagine the sharing of resources, the benefit to society from having more and more bright kids getting into fields that address serious issues like cancer, human health, aging, drug discovery, neuroscience, and engaging them as very young people, and engaging them with an arts side to it too. So it's not just STEM, science, technology, engineering, and math. It is art infused, because infusing the arts adds creativity. It adds the spark that causes an undergraduate to want to do research in a relevant subject matter, but also to think about, should I start a company? Should I license intellectual property? Can I work with a member of the National Academy like Herb Weisbach? Can we do these kinds of things on this site? Can I work with a Nobel Prize winner? Can David Fitzpatrick have a chance for me to rotate in a lab in Germany? So the world becomes the possibility of the young people that will come here. It's also a chance for us to really share. It's a chance for us to share our scientific resources. It's a chance for us to share equipment. It's a chance for us to share facility. And it's a chance for us to share faculty interest across the disciplines. So today, Florida Atlantic University feels very proud to be a partner in this enterprise. From here forward, it will take a lot of work, and we're all devoted to that amount of work. I'd like to now thank somebody that's very special to us, who's been championing this ever since we got the idea rolling. That's Mary Lynn Magar, who's a member of the House of Representatives. She has been a leader for us in our Tallahassee efforts, and I head to Tallahassee literally 30 minutes after this meeting's over, because we realize how important that is to the future of this enterprise as well. Mary Lynn is the Vice Chair of the Economic Affairs Committee, and she has a profound understanding of the three partners. Mary Lynn.
Thank you, President Kelly. And I'm so excited to be here today. You talk about partnership, and I want to let you know that I'm here representing the Florida House of Representatives, and we are a partner as well. And I also see our local partner, Mayor Galanka, is here from town of Jupiter, so thanks for coming. Like I said, it's truly an exciting moment for this region and our entire state. We've been poised for this development of this magnitude for quite some time, and we're more than ready to take full advantage of it. That agreement that's being signed today, it's the partnership that has the ability to transform the economy of this region while making major contributions to the health and well-being of people all over the world. It's truly first of its kind. There's only one place on earth where you can go with Scripps, Max Planck, and a major research university coming together in the common pursuit of that mission, and it's right here in Jupiter, Florida. I have the privilege of representing this beautiful area to Tallahassee, and I'm very excited about that. What's happening here today, it launches the region on a path to become one of the world's most productive centers for scientific research and cutting-edge education. And I'm excited for what this initiative will do for our students, the future scientists, the future researchers. This campus will inspire the next generation of scientists and entrepreneurs so that they can take their ideas from concept to commercial product. They will gain an unparalleled competitive advantage to move into careers and make discoveries against the fight in cancer in heart disease, in stroke, Parkinson's, Alzheimer's, and a variety of other devastating illnesses. So this is the beginning of something really great, and I'm proud to be a part of it. And I will continue to work very hard to make sure that this important initiative has the full support of the Florida legislature. Thank you all for being here.
Thank you, Mary Lynn. Now it's a real pleasure to introduce to you Jim Paulson. Jim is the interim CEO of Scripps, and he and his board chair, Dick Gephardt, have really been wonderful to work with. We've had a number of conversations. We've met with the department heads at Scripps, and I think fashioned a relationship that is true and deep. It goes beyond just the words into actually the men behind the words. And when you're dealing with Jim Paulson and Dick Gephardt, and you're dealing with the Scripps department heads, you're dealing with people of extremely high principle, high character, and a devotion to helping others find their way in science. Jim Paulson.
Thanks so much, John. Well, let me just start by saying that on behalf of Scripps, Florida, it's truly a pleasure to be here today with John Kelly and with David Fitzpatrick from the Max Planck to commemorate this agreement to work together to build a powerful biomedical education and research powerhouse on the Jupiter campus. I'm joined here today by Marjorie Fink. Marjorie, would you please stand? Who's a member of our Board of Trustees and local resident, and I'm sure known to many of you. I would like to, last year Scripps celebrated its 10th anniversary here on the Jupiter campus. And as you know, the state of Florida and Palm Beach County attracted Scripps as one of the world's largest independent biomedical research institutes to build a campus with world-class biomedical research, educate the very best scientists, and enhance the economy by attracting other research institutes in biomedical and biotechnology industry. We're very proud that we're achieving that vision. Since Scripps came here, other biomedical research institutes have come to Florida, including Max Planck, here on this campus, the Torrey Pines Institute, Vaccine and Gene Therapy Institutes locally, and Sanford Burnham Research Institute in Lake Nona. Scripps, Florida now has about 600 employees locally, and since its inception has brought in over $400 million in NIH research grants and other from other granting agencies. We filed over 100 U.S. patents, have spun off 6 biotechnology companies, and have developed promising medicines that have been licensed to startup companies and to major pharma, several of which are now in human clinical trials. So we're very proud of that, what we've accomplished so far. Our PhD program is consistently ranked in the top 10, including the likes of Harvard and MIT and Yale, in both the chemical and biological sciences. And there are now over 50 students on the Scripps, Florida campus. So for all of these achievements, we are totally indebted to FAU. We got started here through the generosity of FIU, both as an investor in Scripps and providing the land for us to build our buildings. And from the beginning, we saw our relationship with FAU as an alliance to build something special here on the Jupiter campus. So we've worked together informally now to help one another as neighbors for the benefit of our students. And this agreement that we are signing today represents a natural expansion and formalization of those existing relationships between FAU, Scripps, and the Max Planck. We believe it'll lead to providing improved access of students and faculty to our core resources, which are very expensive, reduce barriers for students to work in the laboratories on all 3 campuses, and we envision that our combined efforts will build far stronger biomedical campus for education and research than could be achieved from our individual efforts, and that's why we really want to work together. So thank you, John. I'll turn it back to you.
Also pleased to announce the person doing a selfie back in the back of the room. I know it's funny this way. Is Wendy Link. Wendy is a member of the Board of Governors from Palm Beach County, and she's over the whole state university system, 12 universities with the rest of the Board of Governors. But Wendy has been a real champion of making sure that we stayed on task and make this reach its full potential. Thank you so much, Wendy, for all the support. Wendy also led a group from Palm Beach County. Many of you in the room went on that trip last year to the Research Triangle to really see what it's all about. How do you build this knowledge economy? How do you build a prosperous business side, economic development side that matches the intellectual side? And I think we're ready to move forward now aggressively in doing so. Now it's my pleasure to introduce someone who's become, in a short time, a really good friend, someone I like to take to a football game and just talk to. You met Jim Paulson, who is not just a great administrator, but a great scientist, and David Fitzpatrick is the same. Not only does he have unique administrative abilities and the capacity of seeing beyond the lab bench, but he is also a tremendous scientist, a neuroscientist, and has brought a lot of credibility with him when he moved here from Duke University. David?
Well, thank you, John, and thanks to all of you for coming out today to celebrate our commitment to building a spectacular collaborative environment for scientific research and education. One that will attract the best and the brightest to Jupiter, Florida, and serve as the catalyst for groundbreaking discoveries that will shape our future. The Max Planck Society is proud to be a part of this initiative with FAU and Scripps. In fact, this is precisely the type of partnership that the Max Planck Society is fond of building in Germany. Most of the 84 Max Planck Institutes in Germany have established collaborations with nearby universities, and these partnerships have an amazing track record as centers of excellence in research and training in a broad range of scientific disciplines. We believe the time has come to add Jupiter, Florida to this list of centers of scientific excellence, and the initiative we are announcing today sets the trajectory to achieve this. Now, despite its youth, our shared campus has already gained international recognition for biomedical research in a number of areas, including neuroscience, molecular therapeutics, cancer, and aging. Jupiter scientists are engaged in both basic and translational research, probing the fundamental mysteries of biology and using newly acquired knowledge to design treatments that have the potential to improve the quality of life for millions of people around the world. Scientists at Scripps, FAU, and Max Planck Florida are already collaborating on research projects, sharing equipment, core facilities, and technical expertise. Since our arrival on this campus in 2010, the Max Planck Florida Institute has enjoyed the support of our neuroscience colleagues at Scripps and at FAU. Dr. Ron Davis, Chair of Neuroscience at Scripps, and Dr. Rod Murphy, Chair of Biology at FAU, have worked closely with us to build a strong research community, supporting and expanding a range of neuroscience initiatives on this campus. As a result of the proximity on this campus, scientists at all three institutions have access to the latest technologies in light and electron microscopy, mechanical engineering, X-ray crystallography, proteomics, and advanced behavioral analysis. This is a technologically rich environment that rivals what is available at the nation's best research institutions. But we've only begun to tap the tremendous potential that this campus holds for scientific excellence. By joining forces in planning new scientific and educational initiatives, recruiting outstanding new faculty, and exploring common needs for new technologies and scientific infrastructure, we will achieve an exceptional degree of synergy that will propel the Jupiter campus to new heights as a driving force in biomedical research. This is, of course, nothing less than the vision that inspired this state, this county, and this city to invest in the future by graciously and loyally supporting all three of these institutions. We are grateful to be a part of such a forward-thinking community that recognizes the critical importance of scientific research, and we are committed to making the most of this investment. With the hard work of our scientists, the dedication of our community, and this unique and powerful collaboration, the Jupiter campus is poised to become a center of excellence. The scientists and the staff at the Max Planck Florida Institute are excited to be working with our colleagues at FAU and Scripps to make this a reality. Thank you very much.
Thank you, colleagues. And let me ask those of you, Danny and the rest are affiliated with Palm Beach County Economic Development. This is one of the most advanced counties. If you talk to the governor or others, they'll tell you Palm Beach County really gets what economic development is about. And if you're going to do economic development, you're going to be successful at it, you've got to have a lot of young people hitting the marketplace. You've got to have the workforce, and you've got to have the ideas. Would you guys all, with BDB and Danny, with your group, please stand and welcome you as partners in helping us move this forward. George? You're on that too, George. So if my colleagues would join me, we will sign the MOU and let this journey begin. Thanks, everybody, and for the media, we'll be happy to answer questions. Thanks for coming, everybody. There are refreshments outside for everybody, too.